What's up, cool people? I'm Matt Conroy. Welcome back to my vlog, and it's officially graduation season. The seniors at the school where I work just had their ceremony this past Sunday. I kind of wanted to just share some of my thoughts kind of from the post graduation, kind of in the midst of career stuff perspective. Because I figure it's appropriate, it's timely, and who knows, maybe there are some people out there watching this that are looking for little kind of tips or encouragement or whatever it might be. So, first off, to the graduates that do not plan on attending college right away, if at all, let me just say, your choice does not make your path any less important. It doesn't make you as a person any less significant than anybody else. Because there are all sorts of jobs out there that are needed that don't require a college degree. Or anything like that. Other than just kind of some training and basic knowledge of what the heck you're getting into. And a lot of them will pay better than some of the career paths and jobs that people going to college will end up getting. Like, it's not necessarily just outright you go to college, you make more money. In this day of technology being so prevalent and that kind of stuff, sure, it helps if you have a degree, but like if you become a car mechanic or something like that, or heck, okay, there are a lot of jobs that people might not think are glamorous, but that honestly make a fair amount of money. So then the earlier you get that experience in there, obviously experience then plays more of a role in how much money you'll be making later, especially if you stick with the same type of job. So there's all that kind of stuff to consider. It's just all over the place. Again, don't assume that lack of college equals lack of good career. It just doesn't work that way. And then I want to say to those of you who are planning on going to college, your first year is going to be all sorts of a roller coaster for all sorts of different reasons, especially if you're going to a college that isn't just right there local or anything like that. I would say put yourself out there, sure, but not too much. Don't overextend yourself. There's a temptation for a lot of college students to just sign up for everything that's available. Some colleges, actually a lot of colleges, will have kind of during that introductory orientation week sort of thing, they'll lay out all the clubs and activities for you and just be like, okay, here's this one, sign up if you want. Or, it'll be all sorts of different things just laid out there in front of you, and the temptation is anything you have even the slightest bit of interest in, you sign up for, thinking that later on you'll be like, well, maybe this isn't quite what I thought it was. I'll pull back from it. It makes it easy to get wrapped up in the extracurricular stuff to the point where either your academics, your sleep, or your actual, like, spending time with friends is thrown out the window. So, again, definitely sign up for a couple of things, but don't sign up for everything. Like, take a good look at what all's available, and then pick your, top 2 or 3 favorites. That would be my suggestion when it comes to clubs and other extracurricular activities in college. Really, if you want to, you could just find somebody and talk to them later on in the year if you later discover that you're really interested in something. It's not like you just have to sign up at the beginning of the year, and that's the only window of opportunity. Now, and I guess then, for, going into college, if you're away from home, especially, then take this as an opportunity in a way to kind of reinvent yourself. Don't necessarily become a totally different person. Don't forget who you are and what you've done in the past, and completely just ignore that like it never existed. You don't just change who you are at the snap of a finger, but if you slowly and surely kind of make these particular decisions to try and do something that's so different than what you've done in the past, that like pushes you to do stuff that you wouldn't normally do, then slowly that builds up and then you become a totally different person. Stay true to yourself first and foremost, but feel free to, like I said, put yourself out there. Maybe do a couple of things that you wouldn't have done before, but not the kind of stuff that's going to massively change your personality. Don't get involved in a whole lot of parties and all that kind of stuff. I realize a lot of people go to college and they want to have a lot of fun, but parties ultimately are not worth it. Like, you gain nothing from them. And don't, like, sell yourself out just to get a cute boyfriend or girlfriend. Don't, like, completely flip your personality around just because of the types of people you find yourself with. There are plenty of people to engage with at college. Just, yeah, find the people who would naturally be your friends anyway. Now, can you take it as a way to sort of improve upon yourself in certain areas? Maybe. Like, if you're like I was in high school and you're not very social, sure, it's a chance to get out there a little bit more. But at the same time, again, don't like overreach to the point where you're faking it, because then that's the kind of stuff that changes who you are. Keep your mind open, but maybe like put a screen or some sort of filter on it. so then you can kind of figure out what is actually still you. You can have all these amazing experiences and stuff, and there are all these opportunities out there that you probably didn't have before, but don't sacrifice yourself just for the sake of having these experiences. When it comes to the academics, there's not much I can say that really is new or interesting or different. I would just say it's gonna be a little bit more difficult than high school was, probably. Like, I can tell you from personal experience, my college GPA wound up being lower than my high school GPA. It's college. It's higher education. It's designed to challenge you a little bit more. So don't get upset if your grades are a little bit lower than they were in high school. At the same time, college is not something to just kind of blow off the academics. That kind of stuff is something that future employers, especially right out of college, will consider. A lot of times, especially, they'll look at the particular classes that you had within your field of study and look at the grades you got in those. So definitely put some effort into your academics. There are some people that are graduating not just from high school, but they're graduating from college or from, heck, doctorate programs or masters or whatever. And whatever other type of phase in life you're in that you're graduating from, obviously by that point you've gotten your life a little bit more established in all likelihood. Again, it's a time of change. Obviously, any type of graduation is symbolic of taking another step along that life path of yours. Then it just becomes a matter of, are you going to make good use of the time that you spent in this field of study, or are you just gonna look for whatever pays the best and just let that take over? Don't follow your desire to have money and, be stable, or whatever your reasoning is for wanting that kind of stuff. Money isn't everything in the world. So don't just follow the money. If there's something that you like that is going to offer quite a bit of money, then sure, feel free to pursue that. But at the same time, don't just pursue something that pays good money if it's not something you feel like you'll be interested in. You might need to have a job for a little while that's not quite related to what you were studying, but at the same time, keep that search going. Like, don't just settle for whatever happens to fall into your lap first. for me, when I finished up my college classes, I was working a part-time job at a grocery store, but that was just a fill-in. That was okay. I'm going to give myself some source of income while I look for what I actually want to do for a living. So it might take a while, sure. It's still taking me a while to get to where I thought I was going to go. I'm not even there yet. But just because it's not panning out doesn't mean that, you're doing something wrong or whatever. But again, the main point is don't just jump on whatever the first thing is that you get. Make sure you contemplate it carefully. Just kind of in summary, to wrap this all up, congratulations, everybody who is graduating, the entire class of 2017, whatever level of education that might be for you. Hopefully, moving forward, you kind of get to be a little more of yourself, if that makes any sense. Live life to the fullest, I guess. It's the easiest way to sum it up. So, yeah, I guess that kind of sums up all of my thoughts, everything that I wanted to say to the graduating class this year. So, I guess that's going to do it this time around. As always, like and share if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to my channel to see more stuff as I post it. Leave comments down below with your advice for the graduates this year. Also with ideas that you have for other videos or just other thoughts you had related to this. Really anything you want to communicate, especially if it's advice to the graduates though. Leave that in a comment down below. With all that being said, I hope you're all doing well. Once again, congratulations to all the graduates out there. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you in the next video. But in any case, stay cool, people.